Do you like my mouth in high definition?
You need to shave, dude.
You. I'm gonna shave tonight because I have a game tomorrow. Okay. But anyway, Motorsports 360 is back in your life for another episode. What's up, guys? I'm already here. Hope you have a good day today. I'm trying something new out with my brand new webcam. It's a 1.5-month-old webcam. My Logitech I believe it's the C950 or the C927. I forgot. Um, but yeah, HD audio. I look amazing in this.
He looks more white than usual.
And I'm actually using my gaming computer this time, so this one doesn't A, crash, or B, have its keyboard freeze on me, because that has happened the past few episodes. Watching some Sabres games right now. But we have a show to do. Sorry about not doing yesterday. I had a game that day. Well, I had a game yesterday. So yeah, now we're here. Hi to Kenny and Derek. And now let's say hi to these people. Michael Kelly.
Hello, everybody.
I thought you were about to do Cody's intro for a moment.
Oh, no. I was thinking about it, but then I was like, nah.
Hello, YouTube. How's it going today? Then we also have Jake Rogers.
Hi. I'm just here because why not?
No, he's here so he won't get fined.
Yeah, I won't get fined.
Shall we start?
All right.
Shall we start our show with the national anthem?
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light? Standing?
Michael, you better not be okay.
I can't stand because of a reason. I have a laptop on top of me.
No, I'm doing warm-ups. Doing warm-ups.
Okay,
you went there.
Boy. All right. But anyway, on with the show. Let's talk about the Cup race.
Ryan.
Okay, let's actually talk about the Xfinity Series race. Because the Cup race was dominated by Toyotas for every single lap except one. And him won.
Yeah.
All I'm going to say is that him won.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's accurate.
But we did have a big wreck, though, at the end of stage 2. Austin Dillon, Kevin Harvick, Danica Patrick, Denny Hamlin, Jeffrey Earnhardt, Kurt Busch, him's brother, Martin Truex Jr., and Dale Jr. on the backstretch. Stack-ups because of Harvick spinning out. Big implications as well for Casey Kane because he had an accident in turn 4. Last car on the track would finish 11 laps down. But yeah, him won. Top 10, Larson second. My boy Ken's at third. Keselowski fourth. Truex fifth. Jones sixth. Boyer seventh. Suarez eighth. Blaney ninth. And Logano 10th. Sorry about that. Just responding to a text. All right, the Xfinity Series race. Stage 1, your top 10 for that. Cole Custer, Tyler Reddick, Kyle Benjamin, Ryan Preece, Brennan Poole, Daniel Hemrick, Matt Tifft, Elliott Sadler, Ty Dillon, William Byron. Stage 2, top 10, Cole Custer, Tyler Reddick, Daniel Hemrick, Ryan Preece, William Byron, Ty Dillon, Kyle Benjamin, Ben Kennedy, Ryan Reed, and Elliott Sadler. At the end of the day, a first-time winner in the Xfinity Series, Tyler Reddick. A round of applause for him. Oh, Jake, you're not happy at that?
No, I'm doing a golf clap.
You doing a golf clap?
Yeah, here, hold on. Here.
You gotta snap.
Yeah, snap like it's a poetry slam.
Decent.
All right. Ryan Pohl second, Justin Allgaier third, Ryan Preece fourth, Cole Custer fifth, Elliott Taylor sixth, Daniel Hemrick seventh, Brian Scott eighth, Matt Tiff ninth, and Ryan Reed is 10th. All right, let's move on to the Truck Series race.
Wait a minute. How did Brian Scott get ninth?
Because Brian Scott
Brian Scott got 9th
How?
44 ever.
or 8th. He got 8th.
44 ever. Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Now we get to the Truck Series race. Very interesting race. Stage 1, the top 10, Christopher Bell, Ben Rhodes, Noah Gregson, Austin Cindric, Johnny Sauter, Matt Crafton, Ryan Truex, Todd Gilliland, Grant Enfinger, and Stuart Friesen. Then lap 65, Gregson and Sauter get together in turn 4. Big implications there for a moment. Stage 2, your top 10 for that was Bell, followed by Crafton, Truex, Enfinger, Kaz Gralla, Friesen, Rhodes, Gilliland, Justin Haley, and Sauter. Then lap 128, Austin Cindric spins in turn 4 because they wanted to spun him out, by the way. Kaz Gralla, so I'm thinking that was a sign of revenge. And Fox Sports did not talk about that at all.
Well, it was well deserved, so I'll just leave it at that.
But
Whatever.
Your top 10, Christopher Bell barely beats Ryan Truex. Todd Gilliland third, Grant Enfinger fourth. A round of applause. He finished second at Eldora, and now this is his second best finish. Stuart Friesen, my local boy in the 52. And also the guy I drive as on NASCAR Heat 2. Matt Crafton 6th, Ben Rhodes 7th, Austin Cindric 8th, Johnny Sauter 9th, and Kaz Gralla 10th. All right. Yes,
What?
what's your question?
Race except for the ARCA race trash.
What?
Why were all the races except for the ARCA race straight trash?
I don't know. What's up, Elijah?
ARCA Master Race.
All right. Anyway, let's get to the headlines. So this weekend there will be a new tire setup for Dover International Speedway. It's got changes on both sides of the car. The left side, there's a compound change to give the cars more grip as Goodyear tunes to NASCAR's low downforce settings. On the right side of the car, there was a construction change to enhance durability, as Goodyear has done in many speedways. The changes to the right side are more important because of the speeds and loads the tires on that side of the car experience with the high degree of banking at Dover. In addition to that, the tread compound used on the right side is designed to rubber in the concrete track surface to the appropriate level. A new team was expected to debut this weekend in Dover for the Cup Series race, but they are withdrawing. But the Starcom Racing launch comes after Starcom Fiber, a New Jersey-based telecommunications company, was a primary sponsor in the Cup Series earlier this season. Owners and board of Starcom Fiber saw an amazing opportunity to begin their own NASCAR team while being heavily involved as a sponsor at the track. Their main driver is going to be Derek Cope, driving the 00 in 2017. What? I'm sorry, what? I don't know.
Looks like we're going to be having someone with mic issues again this week, even without Cody.
However, opportunities for other drivers with sponsorship may become available in 2018. The owners are Michael and Matthew Kohler, who have strong ties in NASCAR dating back to the 90s, when their uncle's company was a primary sponsor for Bobby Ellison Motorsports, driven by Cope. They are withdrawing from Dover to ensure a fully staffed quality crew. The 00, though, will hit the track soon. In response to the protests of kneeling during the national anthem, a statement from NASCAR: "Sports are a unifying influence in our society. bringing people of differing backgrounds and beliefs together. Our respect for the national anthem has always been a hallmark of our pre-race events. Thanks to the sacrifices of many, we live in a country of unparalleled freedoms and countless liberties, including the right to peacefully express one's opinion. Um, Richard Petty Motorsports and Richard Chotis Racing have said, along with maybe other owners, that if one of their members kneels during the national anthem, they will be fired. And finally, some more big news that came out a few days ago. Phoenix International Raceway will have a new name in 2018, ISM Raceway, a big investment that could approach $100 million over 10 years, including installation of leading-edge digital technology designed to enhance the at-track experience for fans and partners alike. ISM will pay an annual single-figure million-dollar fee during the next decade for the track's first-ever naming rights sponsorship, according to AZ Central Sports. The official announcement of ISM Raceway has already happened on Tuesday. ISM's Connect network will provide digital display screens, interactive fan experiences, a mobile app, and social media integrations throughout the facility, including in the new pedestrian tunnel connecting the infield and grandstands. They will also have naming rights for one of the two interactive entrances called Canyons. ISM is heavily involved in motorsports this year, partnering with International Speedway Corporation, which is Phoenix's parent company. ISM Connect was also the title sponsor of Sunday's Cup race at New Hampshire. All right, it's time for some discussion time, ladies and gentlemen. The first question. It is about what we saw this weekend. Luckily, I did not watch any of the New Hampshire races because I was busy calling games. But I heard they were boring. So, is it a great thing to see New Hampshire off the schedule when the playoffs come in 2018? Michael, you're first. Oh my goodness, too many notifications popping up on my screen.
You need to silence that thing or something.
Yeah.
I wouldn't necessarily say it's a good thing when a NASCAR race is boring, considering ratings are already low as it is, but it just gives more proof to the people who say that it is a good race that it really isn't. I mean, I don't know. The only thing that kept me awake through the race was, well, one, football was on, but there's two, that big wreck at the end of stage 2. So the fact that I'm saying a diehard NASCAR fan that a wreck is the thing that kept me interested is kind of sad because that's not racing. It's a part of racing, but we want the racing to be good. You know what I mean? I feel like I'm just kind of rambling on right now, but yeah.
All right, Jake.
Yeah, they're better off just not going to New Hampshire entirely. They needed to invest on going back to, or they need to go like to other places that the Cup Series hasn't been in, like Canada or Eldora, because those are really good replacements. And since since people have been dying to have a road course in the Chase, have Canada be one of the Chase races, and alongside the truck race as well for that weekend. And the Xfinity Series can just go wherever. I mean, they went to Kentucky this week, so I guess you could say for the first New Hampshire race, that should be like the Cup Series Eldora weekend. Because in my opinion, New Hampshire is the worst track on the Cup schedule.
Don't forget about Indy.
Indy is a close second.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, actually, I kind of have to agree with you because my friend, who I've been friends with him since we were 2. We've been NASCAR fans since we were 7. He refuses to watch New Hampshire every year.
You wonder why.
Like the only race he refuses to watch. I will say this though, what Las Vegas is replacing New Hampshire, right? Is it Vegas?
Yeah.
Vegas, and then we are going to have Roval course, which it's something, but yeah, I kind of agree with what you're saying. We do need a true road course in there.
Yeah.
And like I said before, have Canada replace it.
Yeah, why don't we need to get an international series going like the NFL has done?
Canada.
Yeah,
Canada.
I'm agreeing.
Mexico.
Well, the
Well,
NFL
The
no.
Mexico
throw
Oval.
laser beams at the players' eyes. That's probably not a good idea. Can't exactly drive with a laser beam in your eye.
Go to that Ricky Raceway track like we have an NR 2003.
We need Orlando in NR 2003 to become a thing.
Yeah. Hi, Carter, by the way. All right. So my take on this is I'm so glad New Hampshire not coming back next year. Thank goodness I did not watch any of the New Hampshire races because I was calling games all weekend for my radio station. And I believe I'm going to be honest here. Pretty soon, some people are going to say take New Hampshire off the list entirely because of how boring the races are. Like when I went to the race in 2016, the summer, it was a boring race. So I think, yeah, thank goodness it's getting replaced by Las Vegas. Las Vegas is a much better race. Um, yeah, that's what I got. That's what all I got to say for that right now.
Yeah, I agree. The people who are for New Hampshire staying, they're one
They're
big,
Toyota fans. They're Toyota fans.
huh?
They're Toyota fans.
Well, yeah, but I was gonna say their one big argument is that it's a good race for attendance, and I
Yeah,
just want
right.
everyone to look.
Yeah, because it's actually much better than Gillette Stadium where the Patriots play.
I want to go. I want everyone to go look at the race on Sunday. Those stands were not full. I'm sorry, but they were not full. For the playoff races, the seats should be sold out. That's the
Yeah.
play. You know, the NFL playoffs, the NBA playoffs, the MLB playoffs, they're sold out. We're not selling out. That's because the races are boring. We need to take away these races that are boring. We need to put in the exciting ones, the fan favorites, the ones that people are going to show up to.
Really, the only two races this season where they actually sold out was the Daytona 500 and Talladega. Those are the only two I could think of.
It's about to be Talladega again. Well, they sold out Phoenix, but
Yeah.
Phoenix is going to be sold out for years to come
And they
now.
sold out the Glen, I believe, if I'm correct.
What?
I think they sold out Watkins Glen.
Yeah, Watkins Glen
because
sold out.
Watkins Glen can produce good races. We just need to get Cup drivers out of the
Even
Xfinity
though
Series that
the
weekend.
race at the Glen this year was subpar, but
But they usually put on good races.
you know Talladega is going to be sold out in the infield and the grandstands this year. And probably the last three races of the year as per usual, but every playoff race, that's the point.
Mm-hmm. All right, so let's get to the next question on discussion time. It is about Kentucky. It's about Kentucky. So the Kentucky standing race in the playoffs, that's getting replaced by Las Vegas. So does Kentucky deserve to be kept as a standalone race? Jake, you're first.
As a standalone race, I actually think no. That I think the Xfinity race should go to Las Vegas at the same time as Cup and trucks. But I mean, not saying Kentucky's a bad racetrack. I mean,
It is a bad racetrack.
okay, fine, it is a bad racetrack. But the point is, I mean, well, I know you'll have less Cup drivers in the Xfinity Series, but NASCAR will slowly bring them away anyway. I'd say around 2021, we'll see a non-existent Cup, got non-existent bushwhackers in the Xfinity Series. But point is, let them race at Las Vegas.
All right. I'm gonna be honest. The Kentucky race on Saturday night was very exciting to watch, especially on restarts. You saw a lot of drivers getting loose. Good battling throughout the early parts of the race, even though the Ganassi teammates pulled away at the end. But here's the thing: when you have a standalone race, though, you get rid of all those Cup Series drivers. I want to see more more of that. Las Vegas. When we go to Las Vegas next season, you. Oh, wait a second. Hang on a second. They won't allow any Cup drivers in the playoff races, right?
Yeah,
Yep.
Wow. I still think Kentucky
yeah.
should be kept as a standalone race, but
I
we'll
think
just have to see how Vegas goes next season.
yeah, I'd say I think it's because of regardless of experience. Like you won't see Kyle Larson in the one of the chase races at all.
Hmm. Yeah. Michael.
So let me just the question is, should Kentucky be a standalone race still?
Yeah.
I think most of the standalone races that we have currently in that way, and I feel like we should have more of them. But the thing with Kentucky and the restarts, they're always so crazy because people are trying to fight for the bottom and get all the spots they can because this track has been repaved and it is now a one groove racetrack. Before the repave, this was a fantastic race. Well, this was a good race. I'll put it that way. It was a good race. I thoroughly enjoyed Kentucky when it first got put on the schedule. Um, but ever since the repave, it's just been a one groove racetrack, the low lane. Nothing else works. Uh, and that's really unfortunate. That's happened with a lot of repays. We saw that at Texas this year. It was a one groove track. You got your right side tires outside of that groove, and or your left side tires outside of that groove, and you were going way up the track and losing 10 spots. Just repaves are not a good thing, but unfortunately they have to be done. And Kentucky was one of those situations. But like I said, you get these first time winners like Tyler Reddick. You get the Xfinity regulars finally getting the points that they deserve with the playoffs and everything, the way the whole system is set up. It's a good thing for the sport, and we need more of it, I think.
All right. Next question for you guys is a what if question. If Tyler Reddick was in the 42 full time this season, what do you think would have happened? I'm going to go first on this one. I think definitely he would be in the playoffs. And I do also think he would have a win before Kentucky. I think he would win at Dover because I think it was 2015 at Dover. He had a good performance and got a win there. And maybe even Daytona because he did win the trucks there as well. That's what I'm thinking. What about you guys? Michael.
Tyler Reddick, I mean, the kid won Daytona for Brad Keselowski Racing, which was probably the highlight of his up until this point at Kentucky this weekend. Driving full time in that 42 car, I mean, we know how much Chip Ganassi Racing has improved, and he wouldn't be alone. He would have Brennan Poole as a teammate. So overall, that entire organization could have been gotten better. But if we're just focusing on Tyler Reddick here, so definitely would have been really sure if he would have gotten a win because the Bushwhackers take the wins away. And then there's Justin Allgaier and William Byron who win all the other races. Definitely think he would have been a topic of conversation for a Final Four spot at Homestead. We've done a lot different for him, I think. This is kind of a lost year for him. But I'm glad that he was able to get to victory lane anyways.
All right. Jake.
Doesn't he have a full-time ride for next year?
Yes, Junior
Yeah.
Motorsports.
All right, that's what, yeah.
Yeah, I still don't understand why he doesn't have a full time stint in the 42. Just make him run for the championship. It's clear to me that he's a talented driver, and You know what? I can see him running good in JR Motorsports or Junior Motorsports equipment. Just have him full time. And of course, I'd also see him win at least one race before Kentucky. Because, well, like Marty said, he had previous wins and he's been doing pretty good. He probably would have won the races Kyle Larson won in the Xfinity series. Maybe a Phoenix, maybe a Martinsville. Who knows?
Yeah.
But
I don't remember what kind of road course success he had, but he could have been. I don't remember if he was good in the trucks or not, but if he was, he could have been a serious threat for those races too, because we all
I think
that spot in the schedule where there's 3 out of the 4 races are road courses. Could have been huge.
Yeah, I think he had like a top 10 at Canada in at 2016, I think. Or maybe I'm thinking of someone else, but
Yeah, I don't know.
I think he did finish at least pretty good at Canada.
He's underrated, that's for sure.
Yeah. And that's what I think.
All right, hang on a second, guys. All right, next question for you guys. Let me make sure this is it right here. All right, so this is going to be a controversial question.
I know what it is.
I think,
Yeah, me too.
yeah, you guys were expecting this. So do you like that owners will fire drivers or crew members who knee during the national anthem? Michael.
Okay, well, first, if for all the people who are listening now and for everyone who's going to watch this later, just know that this is not any personal attack on you, what you think about this whole deal that happened this weekend, what your political views are, whatever. This is just purely what I think, what I believe. So just want to throw that out there real quick.
Better grab the popcorn.
Your discretion, I guess. Better grab the popcorn, right? Basically, the way I see it is when you put on that uniform and you go out and drive your race car, or you play football, or you play in the NBA, you are representing that team and you are representing that organization, and you have a duty to not mess up that reputation of that organization. Because I'm going to use Smithfield, for example. Eric Almirola, Smithfield is his sponsorship. He goes out and he kneels during the national anthem. That looks bad on Smithfield, too, not just him. So
He did?
I think it's good that owners are saying that they would fire their drivers or any crew member who showed disrespect, well, who kneeled during the national anthem. This is kind of a I could rant on about this, and I could go into the whole NFL thing and what Trump said, but I'm not going to. I'm just going to kind of leave it at that. I think it's a good thing that they're doing it, holding a tradition of kneeling during the prayer and standing for the anthem in NASCAR. That's who we are. That's what we've been since the 40s when we first started doing this stuff. I think it's a good thing.
Alrighty, Jake.
You know, the American flag has been a part of this nation's history since the beginning. I mean, it's just been since the 50s that has the 50 stars and 13 stripes that we know and love today, at least some of us. But again, kneeling during the national anthem is straight up disrespectful. Not only are you disrespecting the men and women that have died for this country, but you're also disrespecting everyone that lives in it and loves this nation. But on the other hand, I don't think the owners really would have. I don't think the owners would have really made an impact because I did not see anyone kneeling during the national anthem for any of the races, really. I mean, and for those, I know some people are going to say it's their First Amendment right, but that doesn't make it okay. Okay, protesting and being rude are two very different things.
Alrighty.
Marty,
So,
can I say something real quick before you go, so I
yeah.
don't forget my thought? I know I said I wasn't going to do this, but I'm going to anyways now. So just forget everything that I said. Um, I feel like people are starting to forget why this was first started by Colin Kaepernick, even though what he was doing in my eyes was disrespectful. Um, what the NFL did was, in my opinion, not towards the flag, even though they did end up disrespecting it by doing what they did. This was towards the president as sort of payback towards what he said at that rally in Alabama. Um, with what the players did, and I do not agree with what Trump said with his explicit language that he used at the rally, saying that those players should be fired and lose their way of life. And I believe that's why they did it. It still doesn't make it right, but yeah, boom,
All
mic drop,
right.
mic drop.
So here's what I'm gonna make mine a little bit simple. So it'll probably be a lot shorter than you guys. So, um, going into this afternoon or going to that Sunday afternoon, I heard a lot of athletes complaining about Donald Trump with what he said about the NFL stuff. Here's what I think of it. You athletes, get out of the politics stuff and focus on the sport you play. I do
Thank
not
you.
want politics in sports. This is why I stopped. This is why after the election, I stopped watching Fox News, MSNBC, CNN, all that crap. So you can get away from the politics and just love the much better competition you get with the sports. And now we're having politics enter our competition. You see Jamel Hill being mad with Donald Trump. You see who's the other woman? Uh, Linda Cohn. You see those guys. They're mad at Trump. Cohn gets suspended, but Jamel Hill doesn't, which is stupid. ESPN's starting to become more political. I've stopped watching ESPN for news, and I've gone over to FS1. Chris Carter, Nick White, Skip Bayless, Shan Sharp, Colin Cowherd, Jason Whitlock. They do a great job over there at FS1. Made a great decision to go from ESPN. Um, but now, anyway, going back to the kneeling topic. I get why all the players locked arms together because they want to unite together. They will always be together even if even if they are attacked. If one player is attacked, everyone else is attacked. But here's what really, excuse my language, here's what really pisses me off, even though that's not swearing. You kneel for the national anthem. I get it. Okay, I get it. It's your right. I 100% get that. But this is America. When the national anthem is played, you stand. I'm not mad even if you put your right hand over your heart or not. But you must stand for the anthem. You cannot knee. You cannot sit. If you knee or sit, I guess you're right. But it is the stupidest thing as an American to knee or sit during the national anthem. Because here's the thing: we have some military members who are only in wheelchairs, and they can't stand up. Those guys fought for our country, and they can't stand up for a reason. Well, these people, if you can stand up, you better stand your butt up for that anthem. And seeing LaShawn McCoy, who is one of my favorite players in the Buffalo Bills, stretch, as Jim Kelly once, as I quote Jim Kelly, Shady McCoy. And then hearing the NASCAR owner saying you'll be fired if you sit for the national anthem. I give great respect to NASCAR. Um, this is why NASCAR is one of my favorite sports. We are big in the USA. We care about America. I mean, because look at this. We have our NASCAR salutes pilot thing and the Coca-Cola 600 and Coke Zero 400 weekends where we honor the troops. But yeah, that's what I take. Man, I just watched a hockey game as the Sabres and Penguins game. I saw the national anthem. No one was sitting down for that. Everyone stood up.
Yeah,
So yeah, NFL, you need to get your crap together and learn from NASCAR to stand up for the national anthem, even if one player did it once. even if one player is sad. You all
Yeah,
better
and
be.
Look at Colin Kaepernick now. He's a free agent.
Yeah,
You
Colin
wonder why.
Kaepernick. I hope you
You
don't get
wonder why.
signed because that was. It doesn't. I blame you for this.
Yeah, Colin Kaepernick did start it. What he did was completely wrong. I do agree with what you said about entertainers, though. Whether it's sportscasters, commentators, actors, singers, whatever. Your job is to entertain me, who's paying money to come and see you. I don't care what your political views are. I really don't. Place in society, your place in society is to be an entertainer. That's what I want you to do. Entertain me.
Yeah,
Think
don't be talking politics. I mean, Trump. I get it. He wanted to run for president. Did a good job.
I will say this though, the only reason why the NFL players responded in my eyes is because their way of living and self as their person their way
I
of
do.
living was, and they were disrespected by the president. The president used calling these NFL players, well, I'm sure you all know what he
SOBs.
Son
called.
of a female dogs. We'll just say that.
uh, There are 21-year-olds who are in the NFL currently, great young men. Keep in mind, only 2 or 3 years older than us. Out and blatantly called all of them that, said they all deserve to be fired, lose their way of life. So I get why they did it. I just don't get it. If they want to talk about it in the locker room, or they want to do what the Cowboys did, they want to take a knee before the national anthem and
Yes, I
then
did like
stand
that.
united for the national anthem. That's okay. And Trump says okay with that. But what he said was not just a
Uh,
one-time thing, and leave it alone and start worrying about some real issues in America, like trying to help those poor people down in Puerto Rico. But
Yeah.
I think Trump responded to the Puerto Rico thing too.
well, just recently he did, but over the weekend he was preoccupied with this whole NFL thing. But I'm not going to get into politics and everything because, like we said before the show even started, we don't like that Trump is politicizing everything, making things 10 times worse.
I
It's
don't.
just
I mean, I don't mean
something.
to be in a little political debate, but it's really just. No, you're half right. He did say that call them SOBs and they should be fired, but be fired for stand for kneeling during the flag. I think, yeah, point that out right there. That's all. Okay, continue.
All right.
Anyways,
I think we cleared everything out on that.
I
Oh
think we
yeah, I
went
do
to.
want to say a few more things. One, that guy from the Steelers. I don't know if you guys heard, but he was the only guy out of the locker room who put his right hand over his heart, stood to the national anthem because he served 3 tours in Afghanistan. Then he got yelled by head coach Mike Tomlin for that, and that really ticked me off. And then he apologized for his actions. He does not have to apologize. That apology was probably just set up by Mike Tomlin. He probably just thought, okay, you know what? You read this, go out to the media in public, apologize, and everything will be better. Mike Tomlin, shut up. You should be fired for that.
You're starting to sound like Trump, Marty.
Yeah.
Um, yeah,
This actually makes me like Trump even more because of this.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say it makes me like him more because I don't agree with how he said it, and I don't agree that people should be fired just for expressing themselves, even though most people may not agree with it. I'm pretty sure Trump would like it if he wasn't being told every day that he should be fired and he's not a good president. I'm sure he thinks he does a great job, and he said that before that he does do a great job. But I'm sure if he could have it that way, he would in a heartbeat. But I think we can all agree
Let's.
that with the whole Twitter thing between the players and Trump, they're all acting like 11-year-olds. I think we can, all three of us can agree on that, right?
Kind of. Mm.
He uses his personal Twitter account way too much.
Yeah.
Well,
Also, Alejandro Villanueva's jerseys are now sold out.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
that should tell the NFL something, to be honest.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, getting
We
back to
probably
some
get back
real
to NASCAR.
NASCAR.
So
Yeah, let's get
Okay,
back to
now
NASCAR.
let's go to some NASCAR news.
All right.
Something that's really important.
All right, I have one that's really important. Your thoughts on Joey Logano having to sit on pit road during all of final practice? Jake.
Good. He'll suck at the race more. Moving on.
Be honest.
be honest.
Be honest. It's really not good for Joey Logano to just sit at practice, sit at a final practice because he won't do it as well as he does. Because well, there's an old saying, practice makes perfect, but I guess Joey Logano doesn't see that.
All right. I think that this is so dumb that NASCAR is letting people sit on pit road. It was okay, but if you let them sit on pit road for 1 hour, that's just not right. Look at Joey. Joey's wife Brittany actually had to go. Actually went over to Joey, took a selfie with him, gave him a bottle of water. I think here's what we need to do.
Here, I'm gonna see where Joey Logano finished.
I asked one of my friends who actually works in NASCAR about this. He said it wouldn't happen, but here's what I think they need to do: keep the cars in the garage. However, though, you keep 1, 2, maybe 3 or 4 officials around that car to make sure that no one, driver, crew member, anyone, does not touch that race car. They all have to either be in the hauler or do something else. They cannot touch that race car, in my opinion. Keep it in the garage. Don't touch the race car. That's how you lose your practice time. Easy. It's 1, 2, 3. Sold, sealed, delivered.
He finished 10th, by the way, in that race. And the people who beat him, let's see, both of the strong rookie contenders, Suarez and Eric Jones, Ryan Blaney, Clint Boyer, and la. You know the story.
Getting off topic, Michael.
Okay. Why NASCAR? It's hot. That was the hottest New Hampshire race ever. Why would you do that to him? I don't care if it is Joey Logano and most people haven't liked him in the past. Like, come on, don't make him sit through that. That's cruel and unusual punishment. Like, come on, man. Come on, man. Maybe we should start that.
Come on, man.
Yeah, I agree with what you said. What they make their appearance on pit road, then they push the car back into the garage area, put it in there, close the door, have a NASCAR official stand out there in the garage, outside of it, make sure nobody's touching the car, send the guys to their hauler so they can sit in the AC, watch the practice, take some notes, figure out what they're gonna do after the session is over, and they can go work on their car. I think that's what they should do. But per se, people who only have like a 10 to 15-minute penalty, I guess that's okay. But like, come on, that just looks so sad. He was sitting there, he looked so bored. I mean, I know he had his screen so that he could watch the practice, but like, man, just his wife over there taking selfies and giving him water bottles. NASCAR screwed up twice, in my opinion, because fans came over and started getting pictures and autographs with him, and then they shooed them away. So they messed up even more on that. I mean, you guys want more viewership. How about you let them get up close and personal access like that? You know? That's going to make people want to come to be like, man, I wonder if that could happen to me. You know?
Yeah.
Like, come on, NASCAR. Like, don't torture them. Would you guys want to sit on that hot car for 50 minutes?
Well, the car's like over 100 degrees in there.
It probably got up to 120, 130 degrees in that car. That's what I'm saying. That's like cruel and unusual punishment.
Uh-huh. All right. Real quick, one more. Wait, hang on. Michael, do you have Project Cars 2 or no?
No.
Never mind. I was going to do a question on that.
I don't have it either.
Dang it. I'm just going to say Project Cars 2 is the bomb.
I think it is better, though. So.
What?
I think NASCAR Heat 2 is better, though.
No, here's the thing. Here's the thing you gotta understand, though. NASCAR Heat 2 is just, I would say, it's an arcade video game. Project Cars 2, that's a simulator. Yeah, you need that's a challenging game. That's a simulator. That is nothing. I mean, that car drives like the car drives in real life.
Yeah.
Like I'm not joking. I'm literally serious on this. Anyway, let's get to the predictions. But first off, we have to review real
Right back.
names. If my Skype is working. All right. We're having some technical difficulties at the moment. We're just gonna say we have 3 races to predict this weekend. Xfinity Trucks, four. Xfinity Trucks, Formula One, and Cup. Once again, the Cup, like usual, is the featured race. All right. So here are the standings. I have 109. Michael is second with 100. Jake is third with 92, and Cody is fourth with 91. So the order: Cody, Jake, Michael, then myself. But Cody's not here. However, though, he did make his prediction, by the way, for the Cup for the Summer Series. We're not going to do his picks for the other races. So let's get things started here. We have the Xfinity Series race, which is at Dover. This is a 3 o'clock start time on NBCSN. Your notable entries for this weekend as the entry list loads up. And, okay. Dylan's 2-3. Daniel Suarez, the 18. Eric Jones, the 20. Ryan Blaney, the 22. Corey LaJoy, the 24. The 28's not being entered this weekend. If you've not known, Dakota Armstrong and JGR Racing have parted ways. Sadly, press have to pay respects. Who else? Corey LaJoy, by the way, he's in the 24 this weekend. Let's see here. Did I get anyone else yet? Tyler Reddick's in the 42. I believe Kyle Larson's done running races this season for Xfinity competition. Casey Mears 98. Ben Kennedy 96. So let's get to the predictions. Jake, who is your pick to win it?
My pick this week, I got to go with William Byron for this one.
All right, Michael.
Michael.
All right, I'm back.
Who's your
What
pick to win the Xfinity race?
Sadler.
All right, I'm going to agree with Jake and pick William Byron. Alrighty, now we get to the Truck Series race. This is a standalone race at Las Vegas. So I'm loading it up. 28 trucks will be entered for the race. This is an 8 o'clock start time on FS1. Wait, is it 8 o'clock? Yeah, it looks like it's 8 o'clock. So your entry list. Timothy Peters. No, never mind, not that. Travis Pastrana is going to be the big one. He will be in the 45 this weekend, returning to NASCAR. Let's see. Who else do we have for the entry list? Myatt Snyder, the 51. Joe Nemechek, the 87. That's all I got. Your pick, Jake.
He's going to get his first truck win. I'm pulling for Ryan Truex.
Go, Ryan. Michael.
All right, I guess it's the time for first-time winners. Just like his, well, I guess it wasn't really his teammate, but just like he did last year, Tyler Reddick, he drove, I think it was the 29 truck, but I don't really remember. It might have been the 19. But I think that Brad Keselowski Racing is going to go to victory lane. Chase Briscoe is going to get his first win. It's going to happen this week. I promise. It will happen. If it doesn't, I'll buy everyone a ham and cheese sandwich.
I don't like ham.
I like ham.
All right.
Maybe
Cheese and turkey.
I'll to Subway and I'll get a ham and cheese sandwich.
Here, I'll just get a
Just so you know, I
cheeseburger.
won't actually buy everyone.
He'll buy my
Sandwich,
he'll buy me one.
Okay.
Maybe.
Also, Michael. Tyler Reddick was in the 19 in 2015, but switched over to the 29 in 2016.
Okay, so he did win 29.
He won in the 19.
He did.
Yeah, twice.
I thought he missed the chase in the 29.
Yeah, he missed the chase in the 29, but he won a couple of races in the 19 and almost won the championship.
Well, regardless, Chase Briscoe is going to win at Vegas.
Can I make my pick?
No.
Too bad. All right, we're gonna get a first time winner, but it will not be Ryan Truex or Chase Briscoe. I'm gonna pick the 27 of Ben Rhodes to win his first race at Las Vegas because we are at a 1.5 mile track, and Rhodes was 8 laps away from winning at Kansas until he blew the engine. I'm gonna make a backup pick as well. If he does not win, I'm going to pick Christopher Bell to win.
I was going to say, it's low-key going to be Christopher Bell. He's going to win all 3 stages.
Yeah.
All right, now we go to Formula One at Malaysia. Actually, the final race in Malaysia because they will not be returning next season. If you want to watch it, have fun waking up at 2:30 a.m. for it on NBC SN. So, yeah, who are your picks to win, guys?
Lewis Hamilton wins. Lol.
Michael?
All right, well, I'm not going to go with Hamilton. I'm going to give it to Vettel. And this is the last race of the season, isn't it?
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
I thought in the promo that it was saying, like, this is the last... Oh, they were saying it's the last time they're going to that. All right, never mind.
Yeah. All right, I'm going to pick to win... we go Hamilton. All right, now we get to the featured race. So get your die cast ready. The Cup Series race at Dover, the cutoff race. So yeah, let's look at your points. By the way, headed into the cutoff weekend while everyone gets their picks set up. So Cup Series.
Oh wait, hold on. I gotta get my die cast real quick.
Go get your die cast. Whoops, that's not it.
All right, I'm back.
Okay. Hang on. I gotta give Cody's first, real quick. Let me load up my points here.
I got 2 die casts on standby.
Okay, so here are how the points look. Truex and Kyle Busch have already advanced. Right now, Kyle Larson, he's definitely made it in by a points. Greg Keselowski has made it in via points. So those are the 4 drivers that have already advanced. But right now, below 12th in points are Casey Kane, Kurt Busch, Ryan Newman, and Austin Dillon. And at the moment, Ricky Stenhouse Jr., Jamie McMurray. Those are probably the 2 guys that will be fighting. Kevin Harvick's in 10th, but he should be able to make it in. So, it's time for the picks. Cody will probably steal one of your guys' picks. He did not steal my pick because I actually saw the pick.
Are you sure?
We'll have to see here. His pick, I'm actually going to show the die cast. I'm not going to go onto my lap. But the driver that's going to win at Dover is going to be the driver of the 48, Jimmy Johnson.
Here's the thing, Marty. He did not steal my pick.
He didn't steal mine either. He stole my secondary pick, but he didn't steal my primary.
All right, Jake, who are you picking?
This is gonna be a might shock you a little bit, but I mean this particular team has won at Dover before. Whether you say it's a fluke or not is up to you. But I feel like since we had so many different winners this season, I feel like he just barely missed the chase. So I'm going to go with Clint Boyer. I know I don't have a.
That's
I don't have a.
what I thought he was going to do.
That means Michael's going to steal my pick.
Or am I?
Who are you picking?
It sounds like Marty was going to go with Mr. MTJ. And you know what? I've gone with MTJ probably for a month now. And
After I had her for a month.
yeah, frankly, it's just not really working out for me anymore. Marty picked Matt Kenseth. That was a really, really smart pick last week. And it ended up getting him the win in the predictions yet again. So I got to start being smart with my predictions here. I'm not just going to catch up to him by picking MTJ. So that means that my pick for this weekend is going to be the guy who, I can see him shaking his head. He got the win stolen from him. Yes, he did. I'll admit it. He got the win stolen from him by Jimmy Johnson, my
Are
favorite
you
driver.
kidding me? He's going to take it.
I could just
Oh
keep
my
stalling
God.
here, but I'm just going to go ahead and say the name. Kyle Larson.
Gosh darn you, Michael. You stole my pick.
I hate you.
I hate you too.
I hate you more.
I hate you most.
Alright. I was gonna pick him. Alright.
Well, you'll have to pick somebody else now.
Yeah. No crap, Sherlock. I guess the guy I'm gonna pick then. Let me look at the results here real quick.
Go ahead and pick Truex
All right,
and get it over with.
My pick, first off, I'm gonna give a shout out here to Casey Kane. On driveraverages.com, he's got the fifth best average of all active drivers at Dover International Speedway. So I'm gonna call it right now, underdog pick. Casey Kane advances to the round of 12. However, though, he's not my pick to win. I can't pick Jimmy. I can't pick Larson. I have two other people in mind. Either go with the safe option and pick MTJ, or pick the driver that I picked for Chicagoland that almost got his first career win again and finished in the top 5 at Dover again. We're going to go with them. Play it safe once again. Your winner, the legend of the legend's son, Chase Elliott.
You about to lose.
I think Chase Elliott will get it done.
Nah, it's gonna be Larson. We had Truex go to victory
It's gonna be
lane.
Boyer.
We had Kyle Busch. Now we got to put the third
Did none of
best
us really
driver of
pick
the
Marshall?
season
Wait a
into
second.
the playoffs
Did
in the
anyone
next
pick
round.
MTJ?
It's gonna be Larson.
Did any of us pick MTJ last week as well, or no?
I
Not me.
picked MTJ.
Oh yeah,
I've been picking
first.
him for like a month.
Yeah. Alrighty. Anyway, Michael, I don't think you have anything for stuff that Rick Allen says.
All I want to say is, why was Rick Allen trying so hard to start something between Kevin Harvick and Austin Dillon? He was trying so hard with the radio interview and NBC's interview and the stuff that happened at Texas and with Ty Dillon. Like, dude, just stop. It's not going to happen.
He can dream.
That's really all I got.
All right. So yeah, that's gonna do it for this episode of Motorsports 360, presented by Credit One Bank. Dodge, and there was something
We
else.
wish. We wish.
There was another sponsor he had though.
Smithfield Fields.
No, it
Snap
wasn't
on.
Smithfield.
It was
Snap-on.
Smithfield Fields.
No.
Wanna know
Smithfield
why?
Fields is our other sponsor. Trust me, Smithfield
No,
Fields,
no,
Smithfield
no.
Fields, Smithfield Fields, Smithfield
Alright.
Fields.
See this?
Anyway,
This
What
all
is
right,
that?
forget
is my
that.
tool.
Next, look at my schedule. I don't think I have anything going on Tuesday.
No guarantees though.
October 3rd, nothing. Perfect. October 3rd, 8 o'clock. Be there for Jake.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Be
positive.
there for
Look.
B squared.
Look.
But that could
No,
change. It's a week away.
I always put on here my sports casting stuff, so I don't have it.
But what if you have like a dinner
No.
or something?
I don't have it dinner, don't worry. So anyway, for Jake and for Michael, I'm Marty saying so long. We will see you next time. Say bye, everyone.
That's
Bye.
all, folks.
1,
Uh,
2, 3, in a Porsche.
in a Yoder.
In a Dodge.